reaction video by Mark Bell about chronically obese people and individuals. So I'm going to do a quick summary of what they're talking about, what's my opinions on it. This video's not going to be too long, but let's dive in. So the first part, they talk about medicines to lose weight, like energy burners, different supplements, different hormones you could take to help you burn with these type of things, which it can help. I heard so many news outlets talking about these burning medicines that can help, which would work because it craves your appetite low. If you're not so hungry, you will eat less. That's resolve it. But the reality is, in my opinion, we got that factor, but we got the factor of people A, can't afford it, or B, that wants to be more independent. You don't want to rely on a supplement and get short-term results. Imagine having abs for a few days and then after gaining the weight, 50 pounds, all back in like what, 6 months? Or you're not gonna have it for long, a few weeks. You can easily gain 50 pounds in like 1 week, depending on how much you eat. So my point is, these fat burning supplements can be good if you know how to regulate it, not abuse it. Don't get addicted of it. That's another cause. Make sure you talk with your doctor if it's okay with you. Most likely your doctor would probably say no, but most likely your doctor will say yes. I don't know. Honestly, would I recommend these fat burning supplements? Some, not all. I heard all could cause too much heart rate, high heart rate, too much activity to the point that someone actually died. One of these supplements, I don't know what the name of it, but it's one of these fat burners that this Asian lady died from. She was obese, really like 300, 350. She was doing so much exercise, and with so much of the exercise, so much of pushing, she died because her heart rate is just constantly super high. Your heart rate can adapt, but if it's consistently pushing, and you're obese chronically, I don't know how old she was, but I think she was pretty young, like in her 30s, so she's not that old, but doesn't matter. When you're overweight, you don't want to keep pushing it. That's a little tip I have my clients. Like one day, I might bring up fat burners with my clients. You talk about it now than later, so I can say, hey, you want to take this, you want to take that, and that's not bad. I'm just saying we have to focus on regulating them and trying to slowly implement, but really focus on a nutrition diet. Well, that's the first part they were talking about. Then it went to food habits, etc., food cravings. They talk about jokes. I think Mark talked about eating like Ben and Jerry's or something, or talking about eating a whole sleeve of Oreos, Asima. Talking about eating a whole sleeve of Oreos, and that's kind of funny because my clients, I'm client them, and they're not having trouble so far because they have that mental attitude like, hey, I want to do this. My trainer's looking up to me, and he's focusing on me. I don't want to let him down, etc. That's good and all, but eventually you're just gonna give up on that. Motivation is not long term. It's mostly discipline. Like I wasn't motivated to wake up at 4 o'clock, go to gym for an hour, to get in the treadmill work, then go to school at like 6:10. Had to make another meal before school. I wasn't motivated. I was disciplined. I got used to the routine. So pretty much food cravings, consider how you get rid of that. It's multiple ways. You just have to really find what works for you. You could take ideas, you could binge watch these videos like porn, and just binge watch all these fitness YouTubers and all these things. What's the best routine? What's the best way to do this? But really, I adapt this philosophy is just try to make things simple as humanly possible, because in today's society, since we have so much of everything, food, shelter, information, that's a big one. It's a lot of misinformation out there that clog your judgment. Before in the 80s, when it was like simple, right? You look at the biggest dude, you get information. Maybe his workout wasn't for you, but you get information that simple. Now it's like, am I going to do keto? Am I going to do paleo? Am I going to do this and that? You're thinking about, but not actually executing. So what I would say is try something like, let's say for example, you're craving like a box of cookies, right? It's in your pantry. What I would do is go outside for a walk. If that doesn't help, most likely probably won't help. Take the box of cookies and throw it out. All of you are going to be mad and say, oh, that's a waste of money, but obviously you don't need it because you're probably obese. So I highly doubt you need it. If the African kid doesn't need it, he's not even part of your life, so stop making excuses and throw it out. Well, my kids need it. No, your kids don't need it. You're just a piece of shit parent, in my opinion, that lets your kids have a shitty diet. And now you're in this part watching this video that wants some tips and tricks of how to lose weight and just fix your own problems, but you realize that you fucked up your own kids and probably didn't feed them right. I assume that, but hopefully you're one of these parents now, like my client, actually, give them some balance, have some shit foods maybe, but really focus on whole nutrition foods, which I would highly suggest. No kids should suffer through that, even especially if they're obese. Luckily, I um, never was bullied because I was obese. I was just obese, which still sucked. So really, food craving is the type of thing that it has to stick with you. It has to be you, what you would do in the situation. If you're the type to go cold turkey and that works, that works. Like, I can give you ideas, but if you're not gonna try it, then what can I say? Now we're gonna go on for the next topic. Really, these topics are 3 more topics. I'm gonna go on. No, 4 more. So he wants to cravings. He wants to do the medicine of losing weight. Now the diet. What does diet look like? I will highly suggest is eating all major food groups. So let's say you want fish more, eat more fish, but you feel sick on the day. You feel more sick on one day, so eat more chicken. I would just eat 4 major groups. It will all balance it out. Get some stuff. My client actually talked to me today. He's saying he's getting cottage cheese, chicken. You know, the healthier thing everyone talks about. Whole foods. You know, whole foods. Not here. Not bread. Or bread is not bad. But obviously you can eat like 4 rolls of it. You know, if I have more, not cereal. Like, look at the nutrition value on cereal. 150 calories, no protein, carbs, and sugar. Literally, all the carbohydrates is all sugar. Oh, maybe a quarter of the carbs is sugar. So, what I would say is just find something that's like one ingredient, like meat, vegetables, etc. It does have multiple. Cereal has multiple ingredients, and you couldn't go wrong with it. Weigh the food, learn how to weigh it. You don't have to weigh food if you don't want to, but it's a good habit to learn just to become more responsible and more disciplined. That will help me. But if you don't want to weigh your food, just eat more whole foods. Overeat on whole foods. Fuck it. You're not gonna. Actually, you will lose weight on overeating whole foods. That's the funny part, especially when you just started eating more protein. I realized when I was tracking just protein when I was losing weight, I didn't even. I tried to track. I tried to weigh my chicken breast and all that stuff with like a measuring cup. Obviously, that didn't work because it's kind of hard. But it worked. It still worked when I look back. I still ate whole foods. Of course, I ate junk, but I ate whole foods. I hit my protein goal. That result in weight loss. I wasn't in calorie deficit because I didn't know any better, but I highly suggest to eat at your maintenance calories. So get a nutrition coach like me, for example, for free, who can track your calories for a week, just for a week, who how get some data on how to fix your diet. And what I would do is eat more whole foods. One day you feel like you want to eat more fish, eat more fish. One day you feel like you want to eat more chicken breast, eat more chicken breast. You're not gonna just eat the chicken breast, like chicken breast, chicken breast, chicken breast. Eat, put like some potatoes, put some rice, maybe a chicken salad. You know, you don't want to be fancy in the kitchen, but I'm trying to discuss with you, like, try to make it taste good, put seasoning. That's what my client's doing. Like, I'm making it very specific with them. Like, you don't have to do these diets. Obviously, how would you have long-term success if your diet is consists of only meat, but you really love freaking bread, or you really love potatoes? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I was kind of arguing with my barber in a sense, not arguing like I was mad, but like telling you, you're not to go vegan, you know? Like, you're just gonna lose all muscle, you're just not gonna look good, and then you're not gonna go burn more fat. That's impossible because she's gonna overeat. Let's be honest. If you're taking out the things that you used to eating and taking all of it out, you're not gonna eat. You're just gonna get off the diet. You might stick it to for 2 weeks, but one day doesn't count. One day is one day out of the week. That is literally what 15% compared to 7 days. 15 times 7 or something. You know, it just stick to 4 major food groups that you like, or just stick to 3 if you like it. If you're picky eater, you have to eat the things that you don't like. Simple. Track it. Whatever's healthy, you know. If you want something, if you know your calories, put 20% or put a small portion of something, not a tub of ice cream, especially not Ben and Jerry's. That's ridiculous. Um, Try to go for the healthier options. You know, if you want a craving, but you want the healthier options, quotation marks, it's still a process. But you want healthier options, get a protein bar, protein shake. Halo Top Ice Cream is a good example. One of the things that helped me with my diet because I stay on track. Consistency is the key. Volume is the key, not intensity in one day. Like, no, volume. And just stick to the diet. You will lose weight over time. Right now, after they talked about diet, they talk about other things, you know, life, what can they do, training is important, you want good consistent weight training, you're not going to get bulky, trust me. You want to build some muscle because it's going to help in the process of losing fat. If you lose fat, if someone was 200 pounds and lost 20 pounds of fat, they're very, very leaner. If someone who is 100 pounds and gained 20 pounds of fat, they're very fatter because the person who's 100 pounds barely has any muscle. The person who's 200 has a lot of muscle. Oh, 180 has a lot of muscle. So you see how that works? You will get a lower body fat percentage if you actually eat more protein. eat more protein. That's the goal. Stop doing these vegan diets. Stop doing these things. If it does help and if it does make it simple, then do keto. But I'm saying you don't have to do it if you don't need to. Like if carbs are not your trigger and you just like overeat on some cereal and you can easily take that out. Like I don't want cereal. I want this. I'm gonna try this. Then yeah, go ahead and do it. But that person that loves carbohydrates, that loves donuts and all these processed foods to get triggered by it, you might, excuse me, you might not want to go for that. You might want to go for a meat-based diet or low carbs. After diet, it talk about multiple things, but this video is pretty getting long, it's getting a little longer. So I'm gonna end this off. Thank you everyone for supporting me on my YouTube channel. Sorry I wasn't posting long form content, but I'm now starting back into it. If you want more reaction videos like this, please like and subscribe, share this video if it was helpful, and if you need a free nutrition coach to help you with your progress today, go in the description below, text me, DM me, ask for help. I'm gonna start this podcast today with my friend Ron Trades. Go check out his channel. His channel is amazing. He talks about trading, stocks, etc. More things to learn, and I'll see how it goes. Thank you. Bye.